The 9/11 attacks in 2001. The 9/11 attacks on September 11, 2001 were a series of coordinated terrorist attacks against the United States that killed nearly 3,000 people and injured over 6,000 others. The attacks were carried out by a group of terrorists affiliated with the Islamic extremist group Al-Qaeda, led by Osama bin Laden. The attacks began in the early morning hours of September 11. When 4 commercial airplanes were hijacked by Al-Qaeda terrorists. 2 of the planes, American Airlines Flight 11 and United Airlines Flight 175, were flown into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City. The impact and subsequent fires caused the collapse of both towers, killing 2,606 people, including 246 on the 2 planes. Another hijacked plane, American Airlines Flight 77, was flown into the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, killing 125 people. The 4th hijacked plane, United Airlines Flight 93, was initially headed for a target in Washington, D.C., but crashed into a field in Pennsylvania after passengers attempted to overcome the hijackers. All 44 people on board were killed. The 9/11 attacks were a shock to the United States and the world, as they were the deadliest terrorist attack in history at the time. The attacks prompted the United States to launch a war on terror, invading Afghanistan to depose the Taliban, who had harbored Al-Qaeda terrorists, including Osama bin Laden. The U.S. also launched a worldwide effort to capture or kill bin Laden and other Al-Qaeda leaders. In 2011, U.S. Navy SEALs killed bin Laden in a raid on his compound in Pakistan. The 9/11 attacks also led to significant changes in U.S. domestic and foreign policy. The U.S. government created the Department of Homeland Security and passed the USA Patriot Act, both aimed at increasing domestic security and surveillance. The U.S. also increased its military presence in the Middle East, including the ongoing war in Afghanistan and the 2003 invasion of Iraq. The attacks also had a profound impact on the people of the United States and the world. The attacks killed nearly 3,000 people from over 90 countries, including citizens of the United States, Canada, and many other countries. The attacks also caused physical and emotional trauma for those who survived and for the families and friends of those who were killed. The 9/11 attacks also had a significant economic impact. The destruction of the World Trade Center cost billions of dollars in damage and disrupted the economy of Lower Manhattan. The attacks also led to a decrease in air travel and tourism, causing a decline in the airline and travel industries. The 9/11 attacks also had a profound impact on the world in general. The attacks led to a greater awareness of the threat of terrorism and the need for international cooperation in the fight against terrorism. The attacks also led to a greater focus on security and surveillance in many countries, as well as increased tensions between the Western and the Islamic world. In conclusion, the 9/11 attacks on September 11, 2001 were a tragic and devastating event that had a profound impact on the United States and the world. The attacks killed nearly 3,000 people and injured thousands more, and prompted significant changes in U.S. domestic and foreign policy. The attacks also had a significant economic impact and led to a greater awareness of the threat of terrorism and the need for international cooperation in the fight against it. The memory of 9/11 still affects people around the world, and serves as a reminder of the importance of being vigilant against terrorism and working towards peace and understanding.